I like the music, and I like them, and I thought I'd like that we'd be part of a musical, and Jane had really been working on it a long time, and trying to get it going, and also as a film, we're still working on that, and so that this was a natural way to go with it. And that was it.
I mean, rock and roll, Elvis, 56, we're looking at a very, grandparents were jumping and jiving 50 years ago. So it's no surprise that Robert De Niro would be a rock fan, or Scorsese, you know, can't stop making wonderful documentaries about his icons. I was 16 when Bohemian Rhapsody was at #1 for 9 weeks in the UK. I'd actually left home that very autumn to go and study drama, so I was shivering in a bedsit, and my rock's always been a great comfort to me, and Queen were a big part of that. Look, your viewers perhaps won't know me from Adam, but I'm a British playwright and a comedy writer particularly, and Queen love their comedy. They don't take themselves too seriously. So I was very fortunate that they thought I'd be the right guy to approach, and I certainly wasn't going to say no when I get offered the entire Queen songbook to try and come up with a narrative for.
I have a couple favorites. I think Who Wants to Live Forever and Hammer to Fall are my two favorite. They're duets that I do with Scaramouche, and Who Wants to Live Forever is a big love ballad, you know. I don't know if you know the song, but it's just so grand, and the way that Ruby and I sound together, it's just like, bam. And Hammer to Fall is our little 12-year-old cat fight that we have, lover's quarrel.
I wasn't as familiar with the song Who Wants to Live Forever, and it's a duet that I share with Galileo, and it's when we finally realize that we are kindred spirits, and so it's a really beautiful moment, and it's a nice, slow, quiet moment in kind of the rock concert chaos, which I always love the lighter moment, you know.
It's cool. He's so gracious and so giving. He's such a big part of this show, and you know, I think it's, you know, in some ways his little baby, and he's great with nurturing it and being a part of it.
It's a musical. It's something. I was very enthusiastic. Jane, because of her enthusiasm, and I said, let's do it. Let's try and do it.
The costumes.
And I like the costumes.
You liked
yeah.
the costumes.
And the music is great.
They've produced more anthems, you hear them in more stadiums than really any other band, with an extraordinary eclecticism. I mean, this is an incredible mix of music. All 4 members of Queen wrote #1s individually. I think one of the great things about a show like We Will Rock You, or any of the great new, they call them jukebox musicals, I think that's great. Jukeboxes are fantastic. They're the repository of dreams and memories and emotions. And when you come and see We Will Rock You, you see it in a human scale environment, in a theatre, with an 8-piece rock and roll live band. You see 24, I think 26 singers live, giving it everything. And it's kind of reclaiming live music, these shows, Mamma Mia and American Idiot. You know, they're reclaiming what it's like to feel like going to a live gig, because by the end of it, everybody's on their feet and rocking and rolling. And I don't think it's the same when you're in a 25,000 seat arena.
The show is really about the music. It's, you know, you can turn on any TV commercial and hear a Queen song, but this is, you know, this is real singers like singing rock and roll and paying tribute to the way that Queen wanted it to be done. You know, they're a huge part of this show. Freddie was all about being himself. He never wanted or pretended to be anything he wasn't, and that's who Galileo is. He's, you know, really young, and he's been raised in this world where people tell him who and what he can be and how to sing and how to move and music to listen to, but he's like not having any of it. He's his own person, he's an individual, and he wants to save rock and roll music.
I play Scaramouche. She is a young girl who just graduated high school, living in this society of clones in which consumerism is a big deal, but she's such an individual. She doesn't like consumerism. She wants to make her own stuff, and she's not allowed to. So we find her very, very angsty. And she meets Galileo, and she really takes a beautiful journey in the show. She's written with a beautiful through line, and she finds her voice, and she finds out that she's really good at the electric guitar. I think people who know Queen are going to be thrilled because, unlike a lot of the jukebox musicals, we do the songs in their entirety, and they did a beautiful job arranging, for instance, Bohemian Rhapsody. To have all these voices on that song is just amazing. Queen fans are gonna freak out.
In the US, there are probably a good 14 songs that Queen is really known for. I mean, everybody, of course, knows We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions, and everybody sings that no matter how old you are, whether you're at a Little League game or at the Super Bowl, you sing those songs. But there's a huge catalog of extraordinary songs, and all these songs tell stories. So to be able to take all of these, take some of the songs that you do know and you don't know, and to put them into a story was just a great opportunity.
What does that do for you just as an artist? Is it just add another layer? Like what, you don't think of Robert De Niro musical and now here it is.
No, exactly. So why not? I mean, you don't know until you never know until you go. I would say you try it. If it's just a fun thing to take a shot at, and it's not easy.